People in Romani used to be debt-ridden. We couldn't make ends meet, so we had to take out loans. In Kokjaran, all the food was full of toxins. Vegetables from the markets were full of chemicals and pesticides. Got Yao Noi was in utter chaos. Now, people in these areas are Bai Jai, chilled, pretty chilled.
Really chilled.
What does Bai Jai mean? Relaxed, happy. For the people of Romani, happiness means being debt-free. The local financial institutions help them to make a living. People in Kokjaran now grow organic vegetables for their own consumption and for sharing, resulting in a food culture of happiness. In Got Yao Noi, people have fostered a culture of mutual respect between the local communities and tourists. Zoning is used to ensure the sustainability of communal resources. These are just snippets of their happiness. There are plenty more examples of happiness resulting from the collective efforts of people in Phang to address the root of their problems and reimagine what happiness means for them. Together, they have developed Phang of happiness.
Pangya of Happiness is a shared vision of people in the community to reimagine what happiness means for them. We invited the Chamber of Commerce, the Industry Council, the Tourism Council, government agencies and the Provincial Strategy and Planning Division to join us in sketching out our vision and how to get there. This collaboration united people. Then we adapted a deliberative process from the Provincial Health Assembly to work out what issues needed to be addressed to deliver the Pangya of Happiness. People first asked what the Pangya of Happiness looked like. My reply was that nobody except the locals could tell you what constituted happiness for them. So we held a district-wide consultation to get a sense of what the locals thought the Pangya of Happiness should be, asking what they wanted to capture in their definition. We adapted a deliberative process used by the Provincial Health Assembly to explore ideas. From the consultation, we found that we needed at least 10 development strategies to realise Pangya of Happiness. Then we identified pilot projects.
The Kokjaran model is characterised by their agricultural culture based on local resources. So it makes sense to focus on local wisdom passed on from generation to generation that makes their local cuisine taste delicious without added MSG, sugar or other artificial flavours. Using local wisdom, people changed their eating habits, reducing their consumption of artificial flavouring, sweet, greasy and salty food. I used the National Health Commission office budget to instigate this change, getting people in Kokjaran to agree and collectively commit to zero alcohol and fizzy drinks in their social gatherings. So at these events, they'd serve locally made herbal drinks using stevia instead of or with a bit of sugar. These changes made Kokjaran stand out from other regions. Community development workers came and improved our quality of life. Part of this improvement related to food. We were supported by the Provincial Agriculture Office, Civil Society and the Sub-District Health Promoting Hospital, a local healthcare unit. Everyone focused on promoting healthy living, self and community. Romani is the second pilot community. The uniqueness of this community is their welfare fund, which is worth over 10 million baht. They worked out what they need to be able to thrive economically. They looked at all their capital, item by item, and identified their economic plan and community capital. They took stock of all their produce, be it rubber sap or fruit. They formed an alliance for every economic activity and worked out ways to manage their debt. Each block would purchase the debt for other members of their group. For example, if you owed a creditor 30,000 baht, the alliance would clear both the principal debt and the interest owing. You would then pay the block back 200 baht a month. Since then, people in Romani have been free from the loan sharks. People now live in harmony. Without this pilot project, we would each be living our own separate lives. We couldn't borrow money. If we borrowed 500 baht, we would have to pay 500 baht plus 50 baht interest back. We would have to pay 100 baht interest if we borrowed 1,000 baht. But now we don't. We can share our resources. Got Yao Noi focused on sustainability in imagining its community and resources. The whole system was transformed. The local leaders systematically united people to work together towards a community management plan. This plan resulted in zoning for agriculture, tourism, etc. They clearly defined the purpose of every zone and enshrined them into the community and sub-district administrative organization by law. Young people no longer have to leave the community to find jobs. Those who left could now return home to find jobs.
The happiness of people in Goyao Noi lies in their ability to retain their core way of living without too many changes. They've maintained their familial bonds and a sense of altruism. They can continue rubber tapping. Some people do both rubber tapping and fishing. People have their own plots of land to grow rice, fruits and vegetables for own consumption. If you aren't too lazy, you can feed yourself. There's no need to rent accommodation or buy food.
It's such a joy to live here. I can leave my key in my bike ignition and go to Phuket province for a few nights. When I return, it'll still be there, not stolen. Here, the air is fresh. If this household makes southern sour curry and the other makes southern coconut curry, they'll share, just as they have always done. It doesn't matter who implements the vision for the Phanga of happiness. What matters is that the concept is featured in the authorities' strategy. It's now in the provincial strategy as Phanga, the city of happiness. The provincial administrative organization has adopted this vision. The provincial public health office has also adopted the term happiness. So we're halfway to success.
I think we need to be realistic. There is no such thing as perfect reform. We're halfway through. We now need to expand the areas where we implement the vision beyond our pilot communities.